eba ye benya break Kwame Zoom so asem no
ma who say chronicle for some time ni
on the front page
why or starting with one Nana Kwesi about the 7-member committee no report na no say nsa can be indict Kwame Zu and Nana Kwesi.
And 7-member committee report the room kakra.
Be report 7-member committee. When you be
nya the Grammy report in the Grammy.
Dear you say Kwame Zu ne Nana Kwesi.
Oh dear say my kind background no man. Now they be near the so background or say. It may be recalled that before the 2020 election, NDC as a political party put various structures in place to facilitate the compilation of an accurate election results and also to improve its election results in the Ashanti region. The measures taken included, but not limited to, the training of the required number of NDC polling agents. These agents were to be deployed at the various polling stations before the start of voting. They also made sure that electronic collation centers were set up. The collation centers set up were to be manned by trained IT specialists capable of receiving results from the various polling stations. Those are background on making come into Koswa. Days after declaration of the results, the former Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, Mr. Enoch Amwakunsia, in an interaction with some media men he met at a friend's party at Swami, alleged on a start free you.
Alleged.
Say the start here. Mr. Enoch Amwakunsia, in an interaction with some media men he met at a friend's party at Swami, alleged that some NDC regional executives compromised their position to the detriment of their own party's interests. He maintained that some of the figures announced by the Electoral Commission in the Ashanti region were doctored in favor of the MPP and therefore did not represent the true reflection of the results. Until it went on. Yeah.
Or Inokono.
On national security, no, national security, Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator.
And no call Swami.
After elections,
party be as
na on any to be another for me, and I nam for on your mood didn't go. Hey, Charlie, election see dear Jack. MPP for the say any power. Like almost how not yeah, go for ya regional executive for ya na a shema yes I no. That's in common a honor a generate a starting free and Titotia I say some members of the party in the region days after the declaration of the Mr. Mwakunsia indicated in his encounter with the pressman that he was one of the opinion that some of the regional executives might have sold out the fortunes of the party to their political opponent. Following this allegation and agitation, which were widely published in the media in the region and were increasingly creating a dent on the image of NDC, the members of Council of Elders in the region immediately organized a meeting to discuss how to prevent it from escalating. During the meeting of Regional Council of Elders, it became apparent that there must be a fact-finding committee to establish the veracity or otherwise of the allegations of misconduct. Into media for no reporter.
And our system no.
Yes.
And a party for
Regional Council of Elders no. Who say hey, adie yedi yabakakra into yenya fact-finding committee. Nyango yemu say sansem no a peninika because ononso a regional security coordinator. It means or you'll be on the mood.
Yeah.
What you say? Enti mumiam peba so no kobini en konkore. Enti enne nam so ema mukoti ko say na ko wie. Oko NDC manu ko say person to NDC's constitution article 25 subsection 3B. The Council of Elders shall endeavor to resolve all disputes and differences among party members and among the various institutions within the party. Nti ano so no mu gira ya omo de find the committee nipa na was so enie 7-member committee. Honorable Dr. Samuel Sapon and a chairman.
Okay. Yeah, Samuel Sapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Johnny Osei Kofi, secretary. Mr. Kwabena Bimpong Mafu or a member. Professor Ohinia J or a member. Miss Juliet Abinatichua or a member. Mr. Kachire Opong Checheku member. And I feel Ura Kwajo Adu Jemfi. So any past 7 weeks and a 4 May committee, no? And almost terms of reference. Yes, almost Juma. Terms, no, Nina, so. Or say the regional executives compromise because allegation by no. In the terms, I don't mujina so the ababe no. Said the regional executives compromised their position before, during, and after the election. There was evidence of doctored figures in favor of MPP. They should make recommendations where necessary for improving the electoral fortunes of NDC in the Ashanti region. There was evidence of money changing hands and the people involved, if any. Oh, when terms of reference. Figures are NDC nya was antimante muno. Yes.
And such a bibem.
Sure.
I say a call MPP for favor. No more to say non qua. Sikatua bin subem.
And this for him
MPP for
say you know.
And a mass I
need money in our course. Until when no be jinaso e dia babe or more juma. Na say
don't babe we say no kura say sadie ya ya kan say.
Until omo wie no. Committee no the first meeting on 28th of January 2022. This year 28th January 2022 na committee the first meeting. Na nipa omoto omonsa from omo appear before the committee no. No mo 1 2 3 4 5 6 18 and I appear before the committee omonie. Mr. Enoch Amwakunsia or a former Ashanti region. And Mr. Eric Osaibonsu, lawyer Diana Essien, Nanaya Kwenu, Michael Amedio, Alhaji Mohamed Moru, Honorable Joseph Yamin, Mr. Silvano Suga, that's lie, Mr. Hudson Kiku, Mr. George Abofra, Kwampa Razak, Alice Anthony, Gloria Akosia Huze, Isham Al-Hassan Bonsu, Buroja Jamfi, Garba Mahama Nyaba, Andrews Nanakwesi, Kwame Zu. Sanipa 18 we.
Omunyina appear before the committee.
Yes. And omo appear before the committee no. Obian some so kind no committee no capture of which e ha na said the kan no ya boboto ntia tie. Eriko say bonsu eko committee nanim. Yeni kan fam free ha sei na yenti ono ne de na ansa na ya hwe ya fa free no enya obia de Mr. Enoch Amwakunsia ya ono do koye weti no
okoka asem no
former regional security coordinator former deputy youth organizer Tano South say no okoka was the first to appear before the committee. According to him, some Ashanti regional executives compromised their position to the detriment of their own party. When Mr. Amwakunsia appeared before the committee, he admitted that he raised 3 main issues during his encounter with the media, namely, 1, the national chairman of the NDC has to be changed.
As a chairman or what's
national chairman
of example?
Yes.
Okay.
Has to be changed. Make sure the linkage.
Okay.
There's a serious division in the NDC right now. But we are serious division. A certain personalities every new original, it leads to national.
Eti obia won nkrofo.
Yes. 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 Enti national kind of say the national chairman of the NDC has to be changed. Second, also, he had proof that well-trained NDC party agents were not deployed during the election, but rather, this is serious, some NPP agents were substituted to serve as NDC agents.
No, how possible?
What you say?
How possible?
Or say, NDC for a training almost agent. Now rather, you can find MPP for B and a represent NDC or polling stations.
Wow.
I want all kind emphatically. So what you say? He had proof. Or just a way there. Me wa dance here.
What proof so?
What dance here? What you say? Point 3. I say he disputed the nominal figures obtained in the Ashanti region. figures there by 1, 2, 3, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ever tell you MPP now be 2 million, then plus, no, or say, and you know, crack.
Wow.
Now, Nina Mono, Utien Samno said it, say members of the committee were more interested in his second and third allegation. Second, only MPP for the no, third, no, any figures now, and you know, crack. And I want to members now, baby, so interested, say, hey, what's the evidence? Yeah, and yeah, then. Why? Speak up. Now, according to Mr. Nsia, a team referred to as the Bomsu team was formed to train as NDC polling station agents. These members were identified and trained, but most of them were never deployed as polling agents. This was proved because when a voice call was made to some constituencies such as Bantima, Achimang, Kwangoma constituency, it was observed that about 70 and 40% respectively of these who have been recruited to represent NDC were all NPP agents. Various efforts were made to rectify the situation by encouraging the NDC polling agents to go back and do their job as polling agents. They were frustrated by the regional executives. The moles who were previously identified represented the NDC at these polling stations. He again informed the committee that before the election, intelligence report to his outfit indicated that the NPP had printed extra ballot papers to be distributed to various polling stations, and also the NDC electronic collation system would be disabled before the final results are declared. In both instances, the regional secretary was made aware, but nothing happened. Truly, to the information they had earlier, when he went to collation center at the regional party office, the IT system had broken down.
Wow.
There were still some results from constituency outstanding. At the time of the breakdown of the IT system, the NPP, the NPP had 1.4 million at the time. I know how much is breaking down. He visited the second IT collation center at the Islamic Center set up by the regional organizer, but there was also nothing was happening over there. The following day, he had the information to his surprise that the NPP figures had changed from 1.4 million to 1.7 million votes, and the regional chairman had confirmed the figures of 1.7 million. He later went to the regional office. He later went to the regional office and he met only Mr. Kwenu with the regional election directorate. Mr. Kwenu informed him that before their IT system broke down, the NPP had 1.4 million for their presidential candidate, and from his estimation, assuming NPP obtained about 80% of votes from the remaining 11 constituencies, the results may not differ much, and there could be a rerun of the presidential election. Mr. Nsia said he called the regional chairman, who arrived at the secretariat around 5 a.m. He confirmed the regional chairman, who appeared confused, and the regional chairman confirmed the figures, that it is true. Okay, wenima. He also suggested that some lawyers be invited to prepare a statement for Mr. Broja Jamfi. Yes.
I want to know. Me was story.
Broja Jamfi, who signed the final declaration results to indicate that he was forced to sign. Okay, the run because as we say almost from lawyers pay we say no. Not on one year statement the above on say Broja Jamfi signed it under duress. So you will tell us. Kwame will tell us. Say whether indeed Broja Jamfi was forced to sign. But even before Kwame comes in, so party quickly, the lawyers that they invited, Dinah Essien, Evans Amankwa, and lawyer Safuduku were invited.
Yeah. Okay.
They arrived, but Mr. Broja Jamfi refused to go to the regional secretariat to sign any document. Mr. Nsia also informed the committee that regional chairman informed him that it was the regional secretary who instructed Broja Jamfi to sign the final document, giving the NPP 1.7 million presidential vote. And you know, Brother Vianco. So almost shell party officer Kwame we no sign up until he was forced. No, Brother V felt what do you mean? Ebasa na me integrity this animal away. Into me akra say me kwa ko gira ho na obi na be force me massa de 1.4 me say munya 1.7. Kwame na so wo ho. Na me happen.
First day na to abani wie. Na mo won kran mo twen say the results
be free ha brain.
Metena ho the whole day ni nyina no. Results no. Isi asem o ka che yen ni say omo awie bibia. Aka say NDC ebe sign. But NDC say some figures ni binom wo ho a wo mo challenges wo. Enti wo mu ntumi nsan e ma ne nyeye. Ti ye twen ya antentam. Na wo say me ba fie na me be sesa me ho na me san ko. Enti ahmada chimbe around 3 a.m. and I'm be fie and I'm be sesa me ho na me san ko anopa no. Ye san kwotena ho anti anopa na ye tete wo na me phone mai me a power bank. Na I Abbas Nuruddin. Okay. Eti no de charge ni phone. Na me baby a metina Abbas Nuruddin eti me nchepe.
I see.
Bra broja dem fiba no. Na wo hye. Sa atare na ya na I say dun keti ata hye bi. I say beta kari fungu kese no. Ebi na hye no de bae. Before say broja dem fiba ba no. Beti modrisu no ho. Oni ni nua Alex Mood. Na wo nso wo ho.
Okay.
There were other political party no Ashanti region for no gurus ni de na dodo no a ewo inside ho. Na lawyer Adomo Apia enso na di NPP for na anim ana omo nso ho. Enti de ehu ye ne se broja jamfi akwanim omo gina ho omo di nkomo ena omo sere ye before that na results will be free. Aiketi Hammond ni constituency ho aba ana omo so omo ntia that was challenge kesi ana aba results ni figures bi ntimete ho ena Musa Abbas Nuruddin afafon ofrefre ya ekofre omo parliamentary candidate no frɛ chairman frɛ mpanyimfo ni nyina sɛ omo because na easy papa na say wo so omo authenticate so omo wo bibia omo de ba omo mfemra sɛ bia wo different results yen results ni na results na ba beda ye nim sese edam onim sese no enye results papa enti yen results ni mo hwɛ so na yemfa into anamo nanso ye twen ya na results fufuro bi ema and some more cast figures in a massage no unya evidence bia enfem back sade no eye na said your war party no polling station for no eba said there be the abeda monim ewo easy office no yen de wa ha no say ni na figures also say because say omogia no afa phone no afre ofra no obisa we say onya say bi 45 for wo hwe ni na mu hwese figures na wo ba bi omdi free ba ye beto headquarters so asesa na sensesa ya yes okay go ahead sa na ye kwa collation center sa na ye no ye no polling station to polling station abedru constituencies to constituency to bedru ha ye bebo no mako hwese wo de na wo ho no wo pink sheets na wo de bae no anyway pink sheets or the MP folk to omo de NDC folk to omo de ECD ni enti ye kan no omu nyina ekum to omu komu a adanse asokwa de ne na yi wo mu kakra ba omo ye call na
okay
na say wo munya anything to back ti de no so ye ne say na wo say ti de wo ansa broja jamfi akwani mo lo Adomo Apia ene ti we ene wo ye ene osan ade so it was not under duress
obi anhye no you were there
so I was
there where okay wo na Kwame na wo so broja jamfi never signed under any duress
broja jamfi
no wo be duress no
na broja jamfi wo be betimi ade ne sa hye bo
amani wo be duress
me say duress wo de bisa na Abbas Nuruddin no ho na betimodidris wo ho na Alex Mode no omu nyina wo dem ho ye nyina ye omo sensa ye di nkomo sri ne ye nyina pie koe na me de results no maamo ya no ano
eno achi Eric Osebonsu enso be emiti committee no Obekasa committee no according to Mr. Osebonsu after the breakdown of the IT system he was asked by Mr. Inokamakунsia to go with some other colleagues to collect all pink sheets from the constituency, but the regional organizer Isham Alasambunsu opposed it, saying it was not the responsibility of Mr. Makunsia to give such an instruction. In spite of the opposition from the regional organizer, some of them went out individually to collect the pink sheet, and so on. Then Later on, lawyer Dynasian and so share committee. And according to lawyer Dynasian, all three lawyers, Dynasian, Ivan Samankwa and Sapuduku, assembled at the regional secretariat at the request. After a short briefing by the regional chairman, they never saw him again. They, the lawyers, waited for about 3 hours for Mr. Brujajemfi, but he did not show up. A one and person on Kono statement, no, on somebody called two no. Nanaya Okwenu, or a former branch youth organizer, Mr. Kwenu informed the committee that National provided almost all that was needed to train polling agents, but he was surprised that the training could not start early as expected. They started the training just a week before the elections. Already, Mike Medio, Eko Kasa, Alaji Mohamed Moro Kasai, Honorable Joseph Yamin, Tieni Kakra, former regional deputy minister and former deputy minister for youth and sports. He was part of the National Operations Committee supporting the 2020 election program. He worked directly with Honorable Samuel Sapong in the Ashanti region. The first observation made by Yamin during the election was that almost NDC polling agents either arrived late at the polling station or arrived but with no accreditation, so they were not allowed. During his narration, Yamin told the committee that on 8 December, he was at Avija Kwabre collecting pink sheets when he was instructed to start manual tabulation to validate the figures coming in from the figures he had. He and one Karim from Accra got. The NDC had almost 800,000 and the NPP 1.5 million votes. It was by then left with votes from Joaso and some few other constituencies. At the Islamic Center where some collations was going on, NDC had, it goes on and on. According to Yamin, the regional chairman informed him that he had called the EC to complain about the changing of figures. Honorable Yamin advised the regional chairman to call the Ashanti EC boss on phone to stop the collation of results so that they could have time to recheck. Okay, it goes on and on. But also appear committee and but Nina Mono Kwame. Baby am pesi ejina pa no.
Kwame Zu die no.
Kwame Zu be kasai. Kwame Zu so bai. Mame pe Kwame Zu die as a bre no hye da ni ma fatira.
Kwame Zu na ye hu no ni defense. E wo ta allegations ya omo level against no. Because Mahu said for some time chronic PK story na.
Yes, o follow pa.
O follow PK stories ni nyina. Ena say a group B wo NDC mo so ye press conference last week.
Yes, meeting on news. Say now so ka say binum contest maybe contest election based on this report.
Based on this report. Because almost say report no indict is afọ no. Say nipa miensa no. That is Nana Kwesi chairman, secretary Kwame Zu and organizer Isham. Say new ho kwan se wo mokoso hold wo position biem it wasn't ke suspended o musabi was say suspended to wo hu de enti a ebesi ne party executives that's the national executives intimi suspended sa enipa miensan ya wo da so ewo party num enti say ya suspended wo mo a wo mo betin tesko de a party no empanyimfo no enti they are looking forward say party executive, the national party executives, ebe suspending Nana Kwesi, ebe suspending Kwame Zu, Romo are suspending Isham so at the account. And many Kwame Zu edi nkomo.
Omonya study.
Nonka Kwame Zu e na me pe.
Kwame Zu say report no ba ya che. Adentina dada. So obi be e kan fa ho a. Wan kan sa asem na mfa ho ne na. O kan se o pe deputy national secretary no
afeni
edeba say ye pese ye di egu nanim ase kwa na ase pese ye bibi said ye be ya bia position a okwa akope no ebehwe so ogiri say bia elements bi e wo no ankasa ne party no no e na hihye saade no achi said ye be disadvantage no na position a okwa akopre e wo party no ne nsenka ntina ne mahu cha no pay wo chronicle democrat na at the front page o say Kwame Zu sa ansem ye sisi nyina achi no still position.
During interaction with the Ashanti Regional Women Organizer, Miss Gloria Akusia Huzi, It became clear that Miss Gloria Huze had some concrete information indicating that both the regional chairman and the regional secretary compromised their position. The regional secretary did not deny the fact that he met the mayor of Kumasi at an odd place and time. When he appeared before the committee, the regional secretary indicated that he met the former mayor of Kumasi to discuss issues relating to the allocation of KJTR stores. The other regional executives, including regional organizer Dasi Sham, who appeared before the committee, disputed his reason because the issue of KJTR stores has never been discussed at their usual regional executive meeting. According to the regional organizer, when he heard about the regional secretary meeting the former mayor to discuss the KJTR stores, he was very unhappy because he has been deeply involved in KMA matters. So if anything at all, he should have been the one or the person to meet the NPP officials or be involved in any discussions about the KJTR stores, not the regional secretary. The Ashanti regional organizer also informed the committee that the regional chairman, regional secretary, and himself traveled to Axim to attend a funeral. The regional secretary informed him that the Land Cruiser they used for the journey was bought and donated to the regional chairman, Nana Kwesi, by an NPP contractor. Hey. My memo recommendation is the young God. With my memo,
committee no recommendation there osusu say enya no anything.
The party puts in all necessary effort. It is recommended that the party put in all necessary effort to identify hardworking, dedicated, honest, and incorruptible persons to lead the party in the next general elections. The performance of these appointed executives have to be monitored closely and be changed immediately should they try to compromise their position. There should be no definite time period to select and train polling agents at any meeting, seminar or conference, or a period could be used to train all people present. 3. The creation of two separate bodies, that's Election Directorate and IT Directorate, has to be abandoned and put them together as one entity. All regional executives, either appointed or elected, have various important roles to play. They therefore have to be allowed to play their roles respective roles with no interference from anybody. The delegation of responsibility during elections should be specific so that such officers can be held liable. All able-bodied, energetic and literate NDC members who will volunteer to render some service during the period of the election should be encouraged to work. Now hear me. The regional executive or whoever will be responsible for the acquisition of accreditation cards have to make sure all the cards are ready before the day. All polling stations, so these are all recommendations, sir.
Yeah.
Omo MI after say, omo tie mpanimfo no nyina ewie no. Na recommendation numu hono. Meba na mama o.
Me pese me hu say baby o mo kan ye say.
Oh yeah.
Kwame Zu any Nana Kwesi any Isham. Yen suspend wo mo e wo party num.
Meba.
Ena besi ne party no ntimi enye saa de no en suspend wo mo. Eno na me pese me hu na ebia hu the reason behind saa de no say DNT ena wo mo ntimi entu saa na mo. Ebesi ne.
Kame penama my boss, I'm on the report huge document today.
Time we cry your time, brother. What's on yes?
We're there in your time,
because I believe no.
Oh, I don't mean ya. Adina, come a boy, you know, coming more some mouse here and I am queer.
I said 2-8, a strong room. Come Japan. Ah, kikikikikina. You question me. I say, so me has changed. So me has changed from 57,000 to 60 something. Hey, come Japan to computer and one hour. You ask something. And a phone 10 days. No
saying it here. Establishment a committee na establishing ye. Say overwhelming majority of branches were weak. It was not easy to identify competent, hardworking, and trustworthy branch members. Point 1. Accreditation for party agent was a problem too.
Okay.
The regional executive did not use some of the qualified and trained agents. Point 3, no. 4. There seems to be no coordination between the constituency, regional executive, and other concerned party members, such as Bomsu team, to get the necessary support. The regional secretary took over the functions of regional elections director, who was sent away by the regional secretary. This resulted in the NDC not having any official representative in the EC collating room. The former regional youth organizer, Brojeja, who was later assigned to represent the party at the EC room, did not have accreditation card, so refused entry, but later he obtained the card and allowed to enter, but with no proper laptop to work with. When he was saying, according to the former youth organizer, the Ashanti region did not look prepared for the collation of the results. The NPP was better prepared at the EC's collating center and ready to do the work expected of them. Okay, Kamba Wanimua and not sure say. I am doing this without any malice. Oh, maybe any problem.
There is information.
Yes,
you are giving out information.
People have been on my neck. Minya report to it. It's been like over 3 months. Who beside you? I've been keeping this and point 11 in here. Even though no concrete evidence was established that the regional chairman, point 11, no, even though no concrete evidence was established that the regional chairman and the regional secretary collected monies from some MPP officials, some party members, including the regional women organizer and the regional organizer, were convinced that both the regional chairman and the secretary compromised their position to the detriment of the NDC party due to the manner these two executives handled the whole election process in the region.
Let's say, almost in Shimuni, one want to me and Yadansi, dear, a more draw, a chese, Sani Paya Yabobo Mudini in Ano, Wamuji Sikabi, Eddie free MPP for her. Nanso, a madam frefo kunu di odano was antimanti. Aha, and then Crawford no, as a quanya na sa for no faso yo jumano. Woman who say BBC. How one yadansi di amfama.
Ye camera.
And 1.11 we are.
See, no.
As I said, you know, we say, I business.
Oh, adansi di enu.
I business. It will be your friend
fact finding committee or
the fact finding committee no so who say
because
and here and I'm kind 14 the regional chairman was on top of his work as a chairman. He showed God's incompetence. He seemed not to be interested in the organization of the whole general election activities. Everything was left in the hands of the regional secretary. Almost all other executives were neglected. There was no teamwork. This cannot continue going into the 2024 elections. The committee recommended, among others, so
committee say we need evidence be a trace for no AGCK every MPP for then why are they calling on the national executive saying suspended 3 reports okay so almost say
maka wan sama kire ono na ya boss no enti now on say a better say ye de be babontin say na ma obi a onya bi nkan ye obi a onhunu ye obi a onte ye no sa hunhunu dangerous na kwasi e diska we diska we nye say but the report no dey na e kan committee the task no almost omo anya any concrete evidence say
obi akoji sika for MPP for
and anko ai omo mu ne omo ye adwuma e na e ba omo kwa adu say da bi omo ne ye no de ye kire say any evidence
any atamfo duane
zane I say a court issue now I say election former president Mahama Koye
ya
yeah
me nyina ko wie Supreme Court om party nyina ko
oh yes some may say come the Bible link catch now
anu anu say om ko Supreme Court no nyom ko ye nyina still om say nya
om de om ogidi SS ye wi a om enso om ni adansi e kwen fa so wi om so om ntimi
NDC regional elections no nana jam few nana kwasi
okay
e wo fom pa
akwa ground so
or from yes tie na mo tie mi we yie pa Kwame. If Nana Kwesi lose sa elections we are nya ne modern mo anase nye region from national. I know why I'm saying this. They're from national not because the national no will be akwaye but may start because there's sharp division in the party.
Yeah.
Now Kwesi belongs to
there's a chairmanship on the
why na national chairman nipa botu nipa two national chairman botu
national chairman ofosu ampofo na esa pebi asi edu nketia
me da se mem ko bio omo mienu nsi we gina ha
enti ye wo omo a support team no ye wo
that's right
asi edu nketia team
Kwame
ene ye wo ofosu ampofo team
Kwame me ka say edu time NDC na omo ba krom ha be ye omo registration ne sa anema no God was so good say baby for continuous 1 week baby I may call lunch break de biya what about for lunch break de biya what on for lunch break and when they come you see it we say at this moment we any group we never ba omo ko e wo ma na we any group we aba because the initially the competition was between lawyer and Najemfi Najemfi come on in the other place here Nana Kwesi lawyer credit ni say
lawyer ben
ya lawyer ni say
ai
lawyer mankwa
adansi aso
Ivan Samankwa
adansi aso kwa
Ivan Samankwa
ko gina wa adansi aso
the battle was between Ivan Samankwa and Nana Kwesi Nansia ni ati say yes ya back former chairman Obimpe
okay
yeah Obimpa has joined the fray.
Wow.
Me tea me fray na go say hey tonight yo o say me win. O say me say me win. Easy
candidates too no.
Yeah.
We person Ashanti region no we na eme ye chairman.
Oh yes.
That's all for me team. Obi a won
we leave it for another day. Yeah, cause okay. Sorry na off any yeah. A lot of the NDC Peningfo region wants to talk to us on air.
On air.
And we are willing. So next week, you better ransom no more. There are those one report where say a Bible. There are those who believe kafro with the manufacturer to pay foolishness.
That's a enemy.
There are those who believe that.
Yes.
And I pay Nyami Adoma next week, you know. Yeah. So the young Kwache will come back.
Good.
How
about this uncle?
Chairman. Or percent regime so on
but I know Permotia, the Momwame. On say you can't quick credit. Any micro investment, one somewhere.